I'd like to thank you all for coming to celebrate the life and mourn the death of one of our own. In particular, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to Raymond's friends who have tried to fly here from Halifax or who are perhaps here, and send my love out to his family. I'd also like to thank the organizers of this event for their swift work in pulling this together on such short notice and for inviting me to speak. As the national president of both EGAL Canada and PFLAG Canada, I had the distinct pleasure of working with activists all across our country. Raymond was one of them. In his death, as in his life, we continue to learn from him. Ironically, in an article for Waves, after an unpleasant experience leaving the same bar less than 2 years ago, he wrote, "It's tempting in this day and age of legislated liberties to think that a personal or collective vigilance is no longer required. It's easy to lull ourselves into complacency, thinking there's nothing more left to fight for or nothing more to achieve. Fighting back comes in many forms: reaching out, building bridges, educating, and, if need be, defending ourselves from physical harm. We were robbed of this great man recently. He wasn't rich, but he gave of himself freely. He wasn't famous, but those of us who knew him feel his loss. He didn't change the world entire, but in his presence, we all felt as though we were changed. Remembering Raymond, remembering the many activists who have made sacrifices to get us to where we are today, doesn't end at this vigil. This is only the beginning. When you think about this incident, I want you to think about this. It could have been you leaving the bar that night. It could have been me. I'm not only talking about our rights here, I'm talking about our lives. Don't take yours for granted, but rather live it to the absolute fullest. Fall deliriously in love. Send your mother flowers. If you don't have a mother, send someone else's mother's flowers. I do it all the time. If you're a writer, pick up your pen and write, write, write. If you're in an unhealthy relationship, leave and be alone. No one can love you better than yourself. If you want to make a difference, volunteer or run for office. If you fall down, get back up again, stand up, speak out, but be happy. You owe that to yourself, and you owe that to Raymond. And on that note, this quote comes to mind. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So shine on, dear friends, be proud but be safe, live well and love freely. And to those of you who would oppose us, to those of you who would strike us down, we will have compassion in our hearts for you. We will rise above this. We will rise above everything, because as a community, we already have. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. Next up, we have Justin Ryder speaking on behalf of LGBT Mun, on which he currently holds the position of External Director. Justin's speech will be followed by Brittany Cann, who will be coming to the stage to sing Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Please welcome Justin to the stage.
My name is Justin, and I'm here on behalf of the LBGT.
No volume. Go again.
Is that better? Cool. So I'm Justin, and I'm here on behalf of LBGT Mun.
Memorial University's Bisexual, Lesbian, Gay, and Transgender Resource Center in order to express our solidarity with the friends and family of Raymond Taavel and with the LBGTQ communities of Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada following this tragic loss. When I read of Raymond's death last Tuesday morning, I was shaken. The fears that queer and trans people find the daily strength to set aside in order to get on in our lives were suddenly staring us in our faces. We questioned our safety. We questioned our sense of security in the communities in which we live. The outpouring of remembrance and celebration of Raymond's life from the LBGTQ community and our allies this week has helped to calm that fear. From the comments, the poetry, to other reflections on blogs and social media and at ceremonies like this, from those who are close to him, from his fellow activists, friends, even acquaintances, or those who didn't know him but still knew and still felt the positive impact of his life. Remembering Raymond in these ways will make us strong. Remembering Raymond will allow us to feel safe again, to feel confident in our sense of belonging in our communities. Remembering him will give us the inspiration to continue fighting homophobia, transphobia, and heterosexism. Remembering Raymond Taavel will remind us that the streets of our communities belong to us just as much as to anyone else. On behalf of LBGT Mun, I wish to express our deepest sympathies to Raymond's family, friends, and community members. Thank you, Raymond Taavel.
Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for the break that will make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. They may be empty, weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of an angel far away from here, in this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. So tired of the straight line, and everywhere you turn there's vultures and thieves at your back. The storm keeps on twisting. You keep on building the lies that make up for all that you lack. It endurance, escaping one last time. It's easier just to believe in this sweet madness, all this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees in the arms of the angel, far away from here, in this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. You're in the arms of an angel. May you find some comfort here.